One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
But I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who can't stop playing Rocket League.
These kids these days, they're like, blah, 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 blah. We're used to jump and run.
Together, they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. One's a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was
All
getting
right,
this
there
thing
we
back
go.
from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?" I'm
Whack.
like, "Nothing."
And one's a dad who
always
can't stop
updating.
playing Rocket League.
These
Which
kids
is
these days,
great.
they're like, blah, 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 blah,
They're
blah.
updating StreamYard. I like it, but sometimes it doesn't let me get to where I need to go. So I'm back from a long trip, from a good weekend in Arizona, visiting family and friends, and new business associates, new business, partners. And we got some good stuff coming for you down the line here on today's show and on with Sly Drink, one of our partners of the show. Stay plugged in. We got stuff coming up this weekend that's going to be fantastic for everybody involved with, with the Ahman Green Foundation and esports stuff that's going on. So welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. I'm your host. This is your ultimate destination for all things gaming. So hosted by myself. They say I'm an NFL legend, running back. I'm also Green Bay Packers all-time leading rusher, and I'm a gaming enthusiast. This show is your weekly getaway to the latest news and hottest game releases. We got some 2 fun games that I was able to look up thanks to my man Akido, who's probably off saving the world. But some good games, funny games, games of the characters you will recognize. All right, so then I'm gonna have an in-depth discussion, and we in the chat can also join in on some Fallout talk and the 2 quick hitting news bites where we're talking about, hey, we got some Devil May Cry Season 2 cartoon coming up, and Xbox Game Pass prices kind of going down, which is good. So we got those topics coming up. So whether you're a casual gamer or a hardcore esports fan, Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. So my Gamers Lounge is the place for everyone. So grab your controller, settle in, and join in as we dive into a dynamic world of gaming. So checking in, like I mentioned, was in Arizona for the weekend. Close family and friends, and my son Virgil, his fiancée Paige, my daughter Aaliyah. We was able to have dinner together one day. My new team of Sly, shout out to Dr. Tom and Amy, who have been on the show before, to talk about their company, and we're just continue to grow. So you see that Sly badge up in the corner. That is going to be some big stuff coming there at the end of the year. We have a big launch coming up this summer, so I will give everybody all the details as we go along. You can scan this code over here so you could be a part of the Digital Divide Initiative. Get you a Digital Divide all-time leading rusher t-shirt to donate to us, my foundation. Stay plugged in, building esports rooms for high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, boys and girls club, rec centers across the United States, y'all. That is what we're doing. I had a good time. Met my old, co-worker, Jake Plummer, at his pickleball tournament. My team, we won about 3 games of the 8 or whatever. So got some pickleball I got to pick up. Ran into some old other co-workers by the name of Terrell Owens. He was there. He's actually a really good, he's been playing pickleball for a long time. So I got to go up to his residence. He's up just north of me in the Woodlands. So I got to join him to work on my pickleball skills. But Dr. Jen Welter was there with us. Rhonda Rashek, if I'm saying that name, I know I'm not saying it correctly, but Rhonda is the world champion racquetball player who I want her to train me and to get better at racquetball and pickleball. So there you go. So was out with them and saw the young ladies from all over the country of the Fiesta Bowl women's flag football championship tournament that was there this weekend, also in Tempe. So Tempe was a hot spot of stuff going on. It was fun to be there. Shout out to, like I said, Dr. Tom and Amy to set up this weekend like this. Shout out to my cousin and Dre. What's up? We were able to have lunch together. My kids too, love them to death for all that. And I got another weekend coming up, so I'm with some more kids, my wife and friends. We're gonna have MGC coming up, Milwaukee Gamers Classic, and I'm double dipping. First, I got Prime. I got to head out to Pittsburgh for the NFL draft, hanging out with Stay Plugged In and the kids that made it. The high school kids that made it down to the Final Four of the Players League, second iteration of the Players League happening for football anyway. We had NWSL earlier this year. for the FSU championship in Kansas City for soccer, for women's soccer. Now we got back to football. We got basketball coming, and eventually baseball, and then hockey. We're trying to get all the sports to have players league, to that great mentorship of professional athletes to young and up and coming high school athletes, esports athletes in particular, but athletes all in general. So what's up, ER in the chat? Chat, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I was trying to get some posts out earlier, couldn't, because that little blink there. So, like I said, pickleball tournament, women's flag football tournament, Sly Drink executive meeting up with some cool folks that's going to help not just that company, but all of us grow. That's a part of the Sly family. So again, it's just fantastic weekend for us. And now I'm back home for a couple days. Me and my wife get to hang out. We hang out. We're gonna play some Mario Party later tonight. I'm gonna try to get Wingman Wednesday in today for a couple hours before we play some Mario Party or something. Mario Kart it up. You know, I'm a gamer. Got to get all the variety of games. I'm a variety streamer. If you haven't figured it out, and this is how I do it. I stream a lot of different games, and you guys could join me for the ride. So I'm going to jump to a commercial break from one of our sponsors. I believe this might be Stay Plugged In or Lucid. Let's see who's up first. Let me see. Where'd it go? All right, it is. Oh, it's Sly Drink. Of course, Sly, the headliner, leading this thing off. See y'all in 17 seconds. That's how long the break. That's how the commercial is. That's how long the commercial is. All right, peace out. Whether you're deep in the digital world or out exploring the great outdoors, Sly Drink keeps the good times rolling. So power up your play with Sly Boost for energy, Sly Chill to relax, and Sly Dream to recover. No matter where your adventures take you, explore with Sly. Refresh, recharge, and repeat. All right, I'm back here. So as I set my screen up here, catching up to everything, boom, here we go. We got this right here. So we got Xbox. Oh, I can't forget without the audio for this scene. Here we go. Let me get it all turned up here. So we are in quick hitting news bite, y'all. And speaking of what, I watched Last Dragon last night. Oh, great movie. If you haven't seen it, please do. I have it on DVD. So if you're ever in my neighborhood, come on and watch it, or just watch it on one of the apps out there. Find it. It's either on Prime, Hulu, Netflix, or somewhere. You can find it. But if you buy that thing, you don't ever have to go on the app to look for it. But so we got Xbox Game Pass. Excuse me. Big deal here, because obviously we're now in the neighborhood of things that pop up. We've talked this in nauseam with Akido when he's online and talking about the different from Steam to Xbox Game Pass to Nintendo. The prices keep going up, right? Now we have a case here where the prices are actually going down. So as of April 21st, 2026, starting today, Game Pass Ultimate drops from $29.99 to $22.99 a month. PC Game Pass will also drop to $16.49 from $16.49 to $13.99 a month. So prices may vary it may vary by region. So beginning this new year, future of Call of Duty titles won't join Game Pass Ultimate or PC Game Pass as at launch, but new of Call of Duty games will be added to the Game Pass Ultimate PC Pass during the following holiday season, about a year later, while existing Call of Duty titles will already be in the library and will continue to be available for all of us that are Call of Duty fans. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers will continue to have access to hundreds of games and on Xbox console and PC, including current Call of Duty titles, in-game benefits, online console multiplayer, and unlimited Xbox game cloud gaming, and major one-day releases as well. So some of those big games that we like coming out, we're going to get them on Xbox Game Pass actually at a lower price. Everybody loves lower prices. Am I right, chat? Everybody. What's up, Eeyore? He said, it's crazy. Xbox said they gave up on the console wars, but now they are walking back the COD Day One on Game Pass. Yes, they are. So you can find more details on Xbox on Game Pass Ultimate, Game Pass Premium, Game Pass Essentials, and PC Game Pass, where they have some of the plans and management, and then you can manage your account. It says, let me check over and see what some of the plans look like here. And I think it showed. They already talked about it. The price wise, it had the price points. Let me see here. It says Xbox Game Pass. Enjoy your library of 100 games to play on your devices. Plans start at $9.99. All right. So yeah, just gives you the update on that. And so see if I click here. Oh yeah, here is all the essential plans. So I'm gonna put this over here and click that. So we're going to another page, and I'm going to click this page here, click that, and then share the tab. So there are the new passes right there. We have the Essential Game Passes, get your first month for $1, and then $9.99 every month after that. That's the Essential. Premium, you get your first 14 days for $1, and then $14.99 that per month after that. And then the lowest price is the Ultimate at $22.99 a month. 500 plus games on Xbox console. Doesn't get any better than that. Who we got? We got 500 games. We got new games on day one. That means games that come out on, I believe, hard copy include new Xbox published games and third-party games as well. Includes Fortnite Crew, EA Play, Microsoft or Ubisoft Plus Classics, and stream games at your best quality with the shortest wait times, including select games on your own. Play and earn up to $100 a year in the stores with rewards. I know I've done that, so I've gotten some free games throughout the year, and they actually free games gifted to me. Shout out to my man Atomic Bomb, gave me Atomic Commando or something like that. We were playing last week. I gotta play that thing. The retro game, got that retro game feel. Just love it. So also benefits from games like League of Legends and Call of Duty Warzone. So and then you have online console multiplayer, which is a must because you got to play with the homies. You can't go, you can't go online without the homies. All right, Cowboy Naughty, what's up? He's in the house now. Still seems pricey. Was lower, maybe still high. I hear you, Naughty. But hey, they doing something, right? Because this world we living in, we know somebody's dictating right now things for prices, and it has not been fun for the consumer. In any case, gas prices is up. All type of things are up. So just know that. She says, Cowboy Naughty says, they need to get a deal with Netflix or something to make it more appealing to more of a casual gamer. I do 100% agree with that. Like with all the movie apps out there, we got Netflix now that is into gaming. That is huge because it's fun. You could try games, but then obviously you maximize your dollar, what you're paying per month. Because I already told you last week, I got to go in because I got Disney. I got ESPN, I got Disney, I got Hulu, I got Prime, and now and ESPN, and now they're all bundled. So I got to go in my account and cancel and just get the bundle so I could save some money this month here. So we know, like I said, we got a lot of stuff that is out there for us as consumers, but we got to be mindful of, obviously, our checkbook, man, because man, that stuff it catches up at the end of the month. We're like, whoa, what's going on? So on that note here, we're going to be headed over to our next topic. So with that, thank you for a little bit of money saved, Xbox. Appreciate you. We'll always do. Got friends and I have good associates and friends that work there at Xbox. So just another transition, trying to help us save a lot of bucks. Yeah, here and there. So they're trying because we're dealing in a world. We got other stuff going on, but other fun information I'm sharing with you here is, let me get the video going. And we got Devil May Cry Season 2 coming at you. It drops now. It is up on Netflix. We were just talking about an app. There it is. We got this. It's that best thing I've seen on social media, or I'm sorry, what's on stream this a few months ago, and broke down every episode, and now season 2 is online. So I'm super excited to see this goes. I now gotta definitely play the game before the next time I will do this for what's on stream, because right now I'm finishing up Fallout season 1 and 2. So I say after I'm done with that, I'll play some Devil May Cry, at least the part 1, go through it, but then I can get more of the feel of the game because it's a fun game. It's it's a demon / vampire game. Dante is that dude that chops things apart, and we're gonna have new characters, new people introduced in this season of Devil May Cry. So I'm excited for it. I'm a big fan of Devil. I've been a Devil May Cry for a long time. I just never got the opportunity to really play it, and I haven't. I have 3 discs on 1 disc. Akido, what's up, man? What are you saying sorry for? Don't apologize for anything, man. I know you got things you're doing. And there you go, Dante. Having some fun beating up the demons out there. So there is Devil May Cry on season 2. All right. So super excited about that, man. And we get down to the Digital Divide Initiative. Get that information up. We have here, actually, before we do that, we'll jump to a commercial for our good friends at Devour Go. So we'll be right back and talk about a little bit of the digital divide. See you in, 24 seconds? No, actually, we go stay plugged in. There we go, 26 seconds. See you back in a few. Looking to turn your passion for gaming into a college opportunity? Stay Plugged In is the premier platform connecting esports players with college programs nationwide. Whether you're grinding on Valorant, Rocket League, or Overwatch, Stay Plugged In gives you the tools to showcase your skills and earn esports scholarships. Don't just play, get recruited. Visit staypluggedin.com and start your journey to the next level today. All right, we got the Digital Divide Initiative keeping it rolling, and got some new, good ideas coming up, and we're gonna be bringing some product of the all-time leading Russian T-shirt to MGC to sell in person. And once we run out of when we run out of stock, we will definitely have this link you could go to. So you could go to see this link. These are live challenges you could do while I'm streaming. You can do a live challenge. Ask. You could do a fitness dare. We could do a game. You could pick the game or topic of the show of the Gamers Lounge podcast or the actual gaming stream out there. All right. But here's the fun stuff. Here is the all-time leading T-shirt, like I mentioned. Let me see. Can I pull this up? See, open image with new tab. Here we go. Boom. Let me share that tab. Look at that T-shirt. There we go. Me. I am the all-time leading Russian T-shirt. So I feel if you're going to donate, get a keepsake, have something in return, and it will last you some time. And so this is one item of the T-shirt, or this is one item on the fundraiser. Then another one is me here, my face here. Boom. Let's move it over here. Bam. And let's share that one as well. So that's me signing the T-shirt for you. All right. So you get that T-shirt, white, black, or green. I could put my little SIG on it. Up the value for it, and that's going to be a $55 purchase donation, $55 donation right there. And then looking on to the next one here, where this is the legacy bundle, where you can do this. Not only you get that, you get a T-shirt signed, then you'll get an item like that program that I was on the cover of. I believe that's year 1 as a Packer. So you get the program or a photo or whatever item that I could find laying around this house of mine. We got stuff everywhere. You can find that legacy package will be $100 donation. So we'll also soon, big update, we're going to be soon donating some of my shoes. So some maybe game worn and some are be actual casual shoes. Like I was a Jordan athlete. So that means some of the retro Jordans that I still own that, I'm willing to give away for a good cause, which is to raise money to put these esports room in places that are needed. So we're going to have my shoe signatured up, might be a patent leather retro 11, might be a 12, 13, 14, or the 3 that elephant print with my signature on it. We might bring a couple to MGC. We don't know. We'll see. But I need to have shoes on my feet so I can leave, though, just so y'all know that. So we got this link here. This is over at Tiltify. Scan that QR code up in the corner. That could get you to this right now and be a part of the fundraiser. Help donate, help raise money for a good cause to get esports rooms in places around the country near you. We got the first one going up this summer in Menominee Family Center up in Shawano, Wisconsin. Super excited about that. We'll have a big announcement for that and everything. So I can't wait to be there for that. I'm super excited about that, that day. All right. So that is the Digital Divide Initiative that we're bringing here to everyone. All right. And on that note, where are we at here? We're going to jump to another commercial and be back with this week in esports history, y'all. We got some fun information stuff popping up for you, going fast. And we got our friends over at, we'll say Lucid Sound. All right, talk to you soon. Love up your game with Lucid Sound, the next evolution in gaming audio. Whether you're Team Xbox or PlayStation, Lucid Sound has you covered with premium wireless headsets for Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and PS4. Hear every step, every shot, and every detail loud and clear. Comfort meets clarity. Game with Lucid Sound. All right, this week in esports history, we got some fun stuff going on here. Was I ever get that? Wait a minute here. Oh, here we go. Boom. We had matches. Bring that on the screen there. And we have, all right, you want to see there in the fine print there. So we had ESL Pro League Season 19 kicked off on April 23rd, 2024. One of the most prestigious leagues in Counter-Strike history returned beginning its 19th season on April 23rd. The tournament served as a direct path to the IEM Cologne 2024, featuring top-tier international competition. As you see there on the chart of these matches that went on, we have there was Valorant and CSGO and some other games, League of Legends, that are all part of these esports matches here. ESL won Birmingham 2024, April 22nd. The first major of ESL 1 of Dota tournament of 2024 began on April 22nd in Birmingham, England, and it featured 12 teams competing for a massive $1 million prize pool as well. On the slate there. Let me switch it around here. There we go, right there. And then the Valorant Championship Tour Masters in Reykjavik Finals. I know I'm not messing that up. April 24th, 2022. The grand final between Loud and Optic Gaming took place in late April. Let me see here. Do I have this line up there? Oh, that's Video Game Week. Oh, yeah, I'm in the right area. Yeah, I'm in the right area. I just got this not there. Let's go down here. And right there. All right. I can erase that one. So, yeah, that's at the top there. Yeah, just moving some stuff around. So, where was I at? The Valorant Championship Series. The grand finale was Loud and Optic Gaming. Gaming took place in late April, peaking at over 1 million viewers. This remained one of the most watched events of the year. And looking towards the chat here, says Akado, says, thanks. I've been busy. Midwest Gaming Classic is this weekend as well. Yes, it is. It's going to be fun. So everybody will be there from my team on Friday. I will arrive late Saturday night because I got some things to do in Pittsburgh for the NFL draft with Players League, like I mentioned earlier before Akado got here. But once I get in Milwaukee soil, we're going to be having some fun from Saturday night to Sunday afternoon to close that thing out with a bang in Milwaukee Gaming Classic. We're going to have autograph signings. We're going to have video game tournaments. So I got to pack my bag with some goodies. And obviously, whoever's the winner, get their addresses so I get to send them some fun stuff. So also for this week in esports history is the IEM Rio 2026 conclusion. So this is just happening down in Rio de Janeiro, April 21st, 2026. Team Vitality secured a historic victory at the IEM Rio 2026, completing the ESL Grand Slam April 21st, which was just yesterday. And that's some fun facts down the line. Like I said, MLP in this Indonesia Season 9 reached a peak of 2.8 million viewers during the playoffs, setting a new bar for mobile esports. All right. And then in the NECC, shout out to the NECC, a league that I used to partake in, being a coach at Lakeland University. April, what's the day? April 20th. Sorry, back on April 20th, Lander Esports won the championship after an undefeated season in Valorant. And then in the NECC, also Marvel Rivals, the East Regional. So Valorant was won by Lander in the South Regional, and the East Regional was Marvel Rivals, won also by Lander. A second title within 48 hours to punch their tickets to the Nationals. And also the NACE League, shout out to NACE organizers, used to work there as well. Grand Finals back on April 24th, 2025. Maryville, very dominant school, winning championships in Rocket League, League of Legends, and Valorant, all in one weekend, y'all. You know what? It doesn't get any gangster than that when you just sweep the board of different titles, and it's all your school doing their thing there. So season 0 of the championship of this week coming up this Friday, April 24th, 2026, the Global Gaming League on YouTube. This is where you've been. If you've seen the clips of Howie Mandel, I would say Neo the Singer, Flavor Flav, to name a few, you have its premier championship matchup this Friday featuring high profile, like I said, Neo, his team versus Howie Mandel's team. They are the finals. So tune into that. Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. He's one of the commentators there. And Aaron Ashley, we had her on the podcast. We had Hip Hop on the podcast as well, Hip Hop Gamer. So shout out to those commentators that will be breaking that down and watching some good competition and get some entertainers, some gamers that are hardcore in some games. It's not, I want to say, it's like our level of gaming, right? My level of gaming where I could compete and have a chance to win. Not playing against the super pros, but some guys and girls that have a little bit of acumen in games like Rocket Racing or Pac-Man or maybe some Street Fighter, old school Street Fighter, stuff like that. And also coming up, we have the LEC Streamer Rivals here in April during the period of this time. You got co-owned teams from Mad Lions, KOI, and Karime Corporation set viewership records in the LEC through collaborative community casting as well. So some fun stuff out there this week in esports. And now we're headed to the best things I've seen on social media. All right, here we go. We got the ad for that. Oh, we got the audio. We got to hit the audio. Best thing I've seen on social media.
You're so dumb.
Got him! Ain't nobody got time for that.
So, I'm a health guy, and I always talk about, my diet and what I'm doing and stuff like that. Actually, let me put that back up there. No 10-second timer. That one stays on forever. So found this link online. Let me see if I can get it pulled up here in a second here. This was something that hit my wheelhouse of always talking about nutrition and staying healthy, this, that, and the other. So you got to read through. It's quite a few little slides here. I don't know if it's a music on this as well. Let me see. It's not muted. All right, I'm going to share my screen here in a second. Boom, and it's there, and it says nobody in your family is sick by accident. So swipe this. So swipe here. This is going to make you uncomfortable, and I like making people uncomfortable, especially when it's the truth. Especially when it's about health. We got to keep that thing. Like I said, we got to keep the information coming out, good information out, so we know what we're in. I'll say putting through our bodies throughout the time. So it says love. This is love. Nobody is questioning that. That means having big meals together as families on the weekend, stuff like that. But keep on swiping. We go there. And this is, I'll say this is a typical African-American Sunday dinner. I've been a part of it where you got iced tea and fried chicken and cornbread, greens, and that mac and cheese. My wife, Marie, does make a good mean thing of mac and cheese, but we only eat it every now and then, sparingly throughout the year. This on the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think that's about it. But from that, it reads that here, grandma, unfortunately, diabetes. We've seen the movie Soul Food, right? You know what I'm talking about there. Uncle might have a heart attack at 52. That's way too young to be going off into another world. And then my mama has fibroids and high cholesterol, kidneys. You guys get the picture here. So go to Raw and Radiant and follow to get this information. So there is no Whole Foods within 10 miles of the house, but there is at least 4 fast food restaurants within 2 blocks of where everyone lives. So we didn't choose this. It was chosen for us. That means people higher up of this world is doing this. So until we choose differently, as the picture says, the plate, the price, you got pork, you got look like chitlins right here, hogs, hog maws, hog feet, bacon, and all that gives you heart disease. So that inflammation, the parasites, the high cholesterol, the mucus buildup in our body, heart disease. Number one killer of Black Americans is, and this is not no coincidence there. Let me hit the next tab. So the plate, sugar, sweet tea, Kool-Aid, all that. Stop touching that when I was probably around 13, 14. When my mom thought I was bringing Kool-Aid in the house, she was like, what are you doing? You better get that stuff out of here. I'm going to get that leather. So you got blood sugar spikes up, insulin resistance, pancreas burnout, and liver, I think that's supposed to say liver, or nerve damage, nerve damage. And two types of diabetes that exist, right? We got Black Americans are 2 times more likely to be diagnosed with it as well. So keep pushing that arrow as I'm about to do it. So same arrow, different disease. All right, the plate again, dairy, cheese, mac and cheese. It's so good. It tastes creamy and all that stuff. Different forms of cheeses and cheesecake. So excess extraction. Mucus overload, inflammation, hormonal disruption. This is all caused from the food that is going in your body, people, not the medicine that you're taking. Fibroids flare up. 1 in 3 Black women will develop fibroid issues. And so same arrow, different disease. Keep it going. The plate again, sodium overload. We got watermelon, we got water retention, we got atrial damage, we got kidney strain, silent killer. And how many arrows does it take? A lot. And then for men, high blood pressure, 40% of Black adults have hypertension. I'm in that area too. That's why I am on I say lifetime cleanse for myself. Like I said, this is something that is close and dear to my heart. My mom passed away from Alzheimer's. My dad passed away from prostate cancer. My stepdad passed away from liver cancer. So chronic illness is everywhere, so we got to combat it by having good foods. And I think y'all get the idea with all the foods that are leading up to all this bad disease. I'll skip ahead to the good stuff. And here it is. How we heal, still seasoned, still soulful, and raw. So you see that picture on the right, you got avocados, you got limes, or lemons, you got leafy lettuce, you got onions, you got tomatoes, you got oil-based dressing, not the ranch dressing that has the dairy in it and all that. I'm lactose intolerant, so I gotta avoid that stuff. And so you learn from not having a high sodium saturated fat where you think the love come from. What love can come from any type of cooking you got. And says your grandmother would have chosen differently if anyone had told her this. Your uncle might have still be here if someone had shown him another way. They didn't have the information, but now we do because of social media. And so now the question is, are you going to be the one who breaks the cycle? That's this dude right here. Are you going to be are you going to pass the same plate to your children? Nope, I am not. I am now teaching my kids better diet from the way we cook here in our home. So I bought a green juice and I make my own green juice every day. It's called Brain and Blood. It helps circulate good stuff through my bloodstream and obviously help the brain function faster. And that's for my family. I've spread that recipe to my daughters already and my son Virgil and everybody. So this is what it looks like when a family decides to break the cycle right here. Look at that counter right there. You probably can't see it. See, can I bring this picture up bigger? Nope, I can't. But you got watermelon, you got pineapple, you got mangoes, you got grapes, strawberries, you got apples, oranges, you got red peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, tomatoes, you got celery stalks, you got all green and goodness right there on the table. So it says you are not just changing your diet, you're rewriting your family's future. Every fruit you eat, every juice you make, every meal you choose differently is an act of love for every generation that comes after you. Be the one, save this, share it, and tag someone who needs to see it. Raw and Radiant is the Instagram account. Please go follow. So like I said, I'm always talking about my health. As you see, I'm taking care of myself. Everybody think I'm younger, but I'm 50. I'm almost 50. I'm 49 right now. I'm cranking it in. So shout out to the this account here, Raw and Radiant. Thank you very much for that information here. And we're out of that right there. And now we headed on to this week in esports and video game history. We got some fun stuff here. We got, let me see what we have here. We got, I think I brought up a picture. Where's that picture at? It was a fun picture of a Game Boy. Where's the Game Boy shot at? Is it over here? Yep, there it is. Let me share that. Bring that over here first. And then I'm going to share it here. Boom. Share this. Boom. So in video game history here, we're going to scroll on down. We got that up. And first picture up. Boom. We got the Game Boy, right? So this week in video game history, April 20th through the 24th, is headlined by the birth of the Game Boy. Oh my God. Super Mario Land was the game that I played constantly, and I beat it several times. All right. In Japan, the launch of the iconic game God of War, and it was the reboot here. So here, let me pop this thing up as well. I have a little volume. I have a little audio in here. Where's the audio at? Oh, audio's there. Came out this week. Back in 2018 was the actual reboot of this game. So Sony, Santa Monica, critically acclaimed reimagining of Kratos' debut on PS4. Then we got a retro game, Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light, 1990. The long-running tactical RPG shooter began on this day, and its first Japanese release in the on Famicom. And then Mother 3, 2006 cult classic sequel of the Earthbound, was released for the Game Boy Advance in Japan, and they're notoriously never received the official Western translation of this game. And then we had Nintendo Labo, is Nintendo's experimental cardboard peripheral line launch for the Switch. And I remember that back in 2018. But this was the game right here when the new God of War came out with better graphics, same characters, and just another great storyline. Oh man, I was like, man, nothing gets better than this. And just the funness has never left. The funness is always there for us in watching and playing God of War. And then another fun game later on, April 22nd, 2007, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, the fourth generation of Pokemon, officially arrived in North America on the DS as well. So fun stuff always. Actually, I think I got some clips here, right here, running it for it. Bring it over here.
Open the door! We need your help!
This is no ordinary illness.
So we're headed over here in the next one.
Your true nature fights within him.
The next one here is, let me share the screen here. Pokemon, Pokemon Diamond here. Hit the play button, a little audio. So we had Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were games I didn't play. Well, it was back in 2007, just to show it to you. Where are we at here? Boom. There we go. Is the audio up? I guess no audio. That's fine too. All right, we had that. We had Star Fox Zero back in 2016. The dual fight shooter launched in North America and Europe on for the Wii coming up. And there we got Cowboy Naughty. He says people don't realize how thick the original Game Boy was. Right, it was a solid character there. But going on down the line, the last one, back April 24th, 2002, G4 Network, the dedicated video game cable network, first went on the air, becoming a cultural hub of gaming media. And this was the inspiration of me being a gamer, being a broadcaster, being a podcaster, was this show here on the G4 Network. So shout out to everybody. I actually went out there and, asked for a job if I could come and be a commentator on that show, and had a nice conversation. Opportunity was there, but it never fell through. But it was okay. It still gave me a shot. It was cool to, them at least take me in for a meeting and tell me what was available. and that I will have an opportunity. Then I think right after that, unfortunately, everything has shut the doors down for G4 TV, and I was, I was definitely heartbroken because I was out there ready to go out there and show what I got about gaming, because it's another one of my passions here that obviously everybody knows. I'm a part of this show. I have this show. All right, now headed down. We're down to that part of the show. We're wrapping up the show. And before we do, we got game releases of the week coming up, and we'll take it to one of our friends, and that friend is going to be Lucid Sound. So we see you guys in about 30 seconds. Love up your game with Lucid Sound, the next evolution in gaming audio. Whether you're Team Xbox or PlayStation, Lucid Sound has you covered with premium wireless headsets for Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, and PS4. Hear every step, every shot, and every detail loud and clear. Comfort meets clarity. Game with Lucid Sound. So for quick hitting game releases of the week.
The games. It's time for the game releases. Game releases.
All right, you see the game playing there is Silent Bob and Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch. I say this game has probably been waited for a long time. So it is available on all platforms, and you watch Silent Bob and Jay Chronic Blunt Punch launch trailer here for the upcoming side-scrolling tag team game, beat 'em up action game. So we already playing Atomic Commando, Atomic Bomb and Naughty and Akido. Now we gotta play this game right here. So in Jay and Silent Bob Chronic Blunt Punch, players swap back and forth between heroes on the fly. Make sure this thing is on loop. On the fly, or perform special moves simultaneously with a friend. The dope duo embarks on an epic. See, it didn't. Oh man, come on, go back. Where we at here? We're on somebody else's stream here, and boom. Give me the loop, please. Loop it. I want to keep it loop it. So the dynamic duo embarks on an epic adventure from the humble corners where they fly their trade to the gates of hell itself. Of course, you got Chronic, you got Blunt, you got Punch, and of course you got Hell in this Silent Bob and Jay game. It doesn't get any better than that, and definitely crazier than that, because it's Silent Bob and Jay. What else do you expect from them? You expect pure chaos, because you know what they're about. I think this is when I saw this on the list of things to do, I was like, our things to talk about today. I was like, this is gonna be fun. We got Silent Bob. We got Jay and Silent Bob in a video game. Took them way too long for this to happen. So I'm glad this is here now. So shout out to the team of production. Who is of this production? Does it say? I just know. But I just know it's on every platform. It's by Digital Eclipse. So thank you, Digital Eclipse, for bringing that in the fray. Appreciate you there. And on the next one here, the next game is also another fun game. I'm a vampire guy, and I'm a horror movie guy. So this one here, we hit the play button, turn up the volume just a tad bit, and we have the next one up. We have the Saint Slayer, Spear of Sacrilege, that came out. So both of the games are already out, came out on Monday. And this game right here is, hold up, give me a second here, pull it up. So this game, you check out in this trailer here, Saint Slayer and Spear of Sacrilege, a NES-style 2D action game featuring loads of stages, enemies, and gore against the backdrop of a 17th century Europe. Play as the ex-soldier Rogier, and wield the Spear of Sacrilege as you save the Holy Roman Empire from the corrupt Catholic priest Pacer. So Saint Slayer, Spear of Sacrilege is available now on all platforms, y'all. So I think you guys want to jump out there and get this game. Not an expensive game either. It's right in the wheelhouse. Right in the wheelhouse of games. I'm trying to get back to that. Come on. All right. Let me go back to this. Boom and hit boom. There we go. It is on loop. Loop it up. Loop it up. Play it again. Boom. Play it again. Get that game back up. So Sacrilege. So Saint Slayer, man. Check it out. 2D action game. Kind of gives me a little bit of Castlevania vibes and everything going on here. See what you got in the chat. So, oh, sick. Yes. But people don't know real. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this game looks real good. Naughty. Super excited. Like I said, Castlevania vibes for me. And so I can't wait to maybe play this game. But also that Jay and Silent Bob game. Oh. And it's on everything too. It's on Xbox, it's on Switch, it's on PC, it's on PlayStation. Just like this game here, Saint Slayer, is on all platforms. So check them out. Enjoy the fun here as you bring back, like for me, bring back the old Castlevania game, Simon and crew. The side-scrolling 2D is always just, this is where games started, right? Some of the games started. It's so beautiful to look at. So very fun to go in just to watch it. So I can't wait to play this game as well. And that's Saint Slayer right there. Spirit of Sacrilege is out now. Y'all appreciate that old retro stuff. That old retro game feel never goes away there. All right, now we're at the end of the show here. About to welcome in some of our breakdown of Fallout Season 2, Episode 4, The Demon and the Snow. So let me get on to the little audio breaks here. So again, what's on stream? Here it is.
Row, row, row your boat gently up the... sorry. Excuse me. It's time for What's on Stream.
So as we've watched, we know, obviously, between the Ghoul and crew, played by Goggins, doing a fantastic job. Lucy as well, played by Ella Pornell, and Maximus, played by Aaron Mooten. The crew has been through hell and high water and continue to go through it, but also continue to get strengthened. So in this episode, Season 2, Episode 4, The Demon and the Snow, we see a little shift here. So the tone shifts into something a little bit colder and harsher and more, I say, animalistic, primal here. So let me get the video up here. Let it run in the background as I break down Episode 4 of Season 2, The Demon and the Demon in the Snow here. Let me hit play. So boom. All right. So the environment itself becomes more of a threat here. You know, we got the big demons that I'll be about to talk about in a little bit, the weather. So, and survival evolves beyond weapons and tactics at this moment. So it becomes about adaptation for all the characters, instinct, and a little bit of endurance, because try to withstand this mentally and all this coming at you. We start the scene here in Alaska, where this is where the elements hit, right? This episode reinforces that the wasteland doesn't just test people, it transforms them because of all the bad stuff that's coming their way. That makes them adjust. Kind of like my first year in the NFL, man. When I got drafted to Seattle, I learned the business right away. You know, I was told that I was probably one of the better running backs, but I wasn't the starter. Ricky Waters was, because he was the paid free agent coming in. But then I had to play special teams and doing things like wedge busting. That is stuff is outlawed now in NFL. So just to let you know, I had to adjust all that. So same with that. We got these characters in this movie or in this series doing that. So a new environment means new danger. All right. The snow-covered settling, as we're talking about here in Alaska, introduces a different kind of fear. So in this scene here, visibly is low, movement is slow, and every decision carries more weight. So this isn't another location. It's a survival filter that they win. So in this frozen wasteland right now, resources are scarce, shelter is temporary, and the danger doesn't always announce itself. So that means in the background, there's stuff creeping in the woods, where you see Walter Goggins' character here, the Ghoul / Cooper Howard, is taking on his soldier war as he agreed to, by his wife being a part of Vault the vault system, and saying, hey, look, I'll go out there and I'll fight for the war, right? So he has to go out there. He got that big suit on, but he's coming up against this thing of a monster. Here is a creature, literally, I would have to say, from hell. So the snow covered is settling, introduces itself, and like I said, kind of fear there. So the phrase rock to spear and so on symbolizes a key theme here. So human survival constantly evolves. Tools change, but the struggle still stays the same, right? For them, because obviously now you got this monster to deal with, as you see there on the screen. But for everybody else, and we flash over that, we'll get to Lucy here right now. So the strength through that adaptation for her. So Lucy continues to grow into a survivor. So here's some shots of the game that are part of the adaptation. So in this episode, shows her evolution in a deeper way. She no longer just reacting to the danger. She's starting to anticipate the danger coming. And so now she is on her toes. She's on her P's and Q's. So in the code, she's forced to, one, move smarter, conserve energy, and trust her instincts on what is coming down the line and what may be her friend or maybe trying to take her out here. So, these are all the things that you see down in Underground, as you see on the screen. This is from the actual gameplay of that. So I think that's cool as you tie that in to actually know where you're at in the actual TV series too. So enjoy that. And there's the badass monster right there, part of that. So the ghoul and the demon within him, and the demon he has to fight outside as well. So the title of the episode points directly at the ghoul. So in this environment, he thrives. The weather is cold. It doesn't slow him down. It reveals him. It reveals that about him. So his ability to survive under extreme conditions reinforces just how far he has come from normal human limits. But beneath that efficiency is something else, a little bit darker. He's not so he's not just surviving. He's comfortable in it right there. So being uncomfortable is not part of him anymore. He is so comfortable being in it is a part of him. He understands the brutality because he's lived it already. He's been part of death on all levels, not finding his family, not knowing where his family's at, not knowing if this family's been killed, having to deal with demons like this on the screen here. So flip it back to the ghoul. So the ghoul is surviving at the wasteland, or he has become part of it, which we already know that. So Lucy continues to challenge the reality, but the line then between man and the monster grows thinner and thinner for that. And then we kick it over to Maximus, where him and his group right here, they're tested by the reality here, right? They don't really understand what's going on, but Maximus faces a different kind of pressure here. So Maximus survival without structure, away from controlled environments where that has been his part, that's been his life, and expectations has forced him to rely on his instincts, his decision-making process, and also his ability to adapt with everything going on. So also in this episode, we see Maximus exposes his weakness, but he also has his potential, where he's learning that the survival isn't about being ranked or the armor that he wears to protect himself. It's about what you do when where everything else is stripped away. So he is in parts of this episode, he doesn't have his armors on, and he's talking to his one friend about the kids still being alive and making sure that you hide them and all that, because of what may happen if Walt Company finds out that they're still living. So survival evaluation, rock to spear. One of the most important ideas in this episode is evolution through necessity. That means you're going to evolve, you're going to change to survive, because that's what you need. So from primitive tools to advanced weapons, the show reminds us technology may change, but survival remains all but the same. And you see this scene here. This is where the back and forth of Maximus and other people are trying to adjust. This is where I was talking about Maximus with the ghoul and the kids who are in basically shop class, that he's taken out one of the guys in the armor, in the badass suits there, and now knows that, look, you got to protect yourself. You got to protect these kids. So make sure we come up with a plan that works. So the wasteland forces everyone to go back to basics: hunt or be hunted, adapt or die, or trust wisely or not at all. Don't trust nobody. So that's the hard part here for this. So as I wrap this up, the final take for this episode, The Demon in the Snow, is less about big reveals and more about who's these characters have become under all this pressure. So we know Lucy is adapting. Maximus is being tested, and the ghoul may have already been something else entirely before he's been tested. So in the Wasteland, evolution isn't just an option. It's all about the survival. And the code does not care who you used to be at all. And so I like how they're going back and forth, showing the video game to the end game stuff in this week's video. But that is the breakdown of episode 4, Demon in the Snow. And good show. But again, a couple more episodes to go. And if you want to catch up, we're on episode 4. So you can watch it up till next week. I think you could catch up in 4 episodes to get us all up, get you all caught up to where we are at. So that is the breakdown of season 2, episode 4 of The Demon in the Snow, Fallout. And then Devil May Cry is right around the corner. So that means I'm going to be playing some Devil May Cry real quick here. And so as we wrap up the show, we're going to our last segment, which I don't have an intro for, but I will say this. I didn't have that on the screen there. There we go. Which is my gamer tip of the week. And before we do that, we'll let that scroll a little bit, and then we hear from our friends at Devour Go. Shout out to the Devour Go team. So see you in 24 seconds, y'all. While you game, Devour Go delivers more than just food. It is the next-gen commerce platform bringing seamless ordering into the heart of gaming and entertainment. Skip the app hopping from your computer to the kitchen. Devour Go makes it easy to fuel up without missing a moment. Game on, eat up, Devour Go. All right, we're back with this week's gamer tip of the week, fighting game. So this one kind of threw me off. This is learn wake-up options. And I'm like, huh? When knocked down, it's like, oh, so we're getting up off the ground. I get it. So waking up when you're down. Thank you for that DDI, Cowboy Naughty. And so that means that you and Kaylee got to get that T-shirt, man. Make your donation. Have a fun T-shirt to run around the house when you go to a Texan game, even though you're wearing Packer colors. So it's all good. So when you knock down, so that's why I was like, wake up, huh? So wake up option. When you're getting up off the ground, I guess they call that wake up. So knock down. So learn the movements you could do coming off the ground to either block, delay, so you could kind of hesitate before you jump up. I've done that before to kind of throw people off, where I kind of just lay on the ground, but then I pop up with a leg sweep or a punch to the gut, and you could then hit a reversal smartly if the timing is right. And don't panic on wake up. When you're on the ground, find the mechanic. It's either the A button. It might be one of the buttons, or even the analog stick that'll allow you to jump up off the ground. So don't panic in that situation. But just knowing all the mechanics is what you know to make you win the game and to make you stay alive in the game. To make you have that, if you have a little smidgen of energy or life left in the fight, and you know what to do at the right time. We've seen it, right? I've had it on this podcast where championships have been won where the winner had that much health. He or she didn't panic. They hit the button at the right time and got the victory. But knowing things like knowing how to block from the ground, knowing how to delay and move, or do a reversal from the ground up with your legs or your fists, like it's a straight up block, is very helpful in the long run. So make sure you hit all those marks when you're playing in fighting games like Tekken, like Street Fighter, like Guilty Gear, like Mario, Super Mario, Smash Brothers. So any of those games, Brawlhalla, that has those off the ground mechanics to attack and counter attack, master those. Those are the simple things. It's not a big combination of a 12 hit, 26 hit combo. It's not all pretty and flashy, but it works, and it sometimes helps you win the game. That leg sweep in Street Fighter is nasty. And a few Tekken fighters like my man Eddie Gordo, he has that in Tekken 8 as well. So we got some Throwdown Thursday tomorrow here on the Mind Green TV and NIL TV Esports. And tonight we have Wingman Wednesday. Play a little bit of Halo tonight. If you want to join in on some Halo, jump in, have a good time with me. I'm all welcome to that. So that is the gamer tip of the week, and that is the show of the week. So I appreciate everybody jumping in. So thank you to tuning in to My Gamers Lounge, where gaming, sports, life collide. All right. We talk about everything on this show. That's what I said. You know, that nutrition, that food that you fix for your family, even though you have your days on the weekend where you're eating some of that food that was in that post. You want to make that very low as you get up. You want to have more of those fruits and vegetables in your life. So we hope, I hope you enjoy the show today. I hope you got your daily dose of gaming goodness and useful and insightful information about life. Be sure to follow us on social media, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow us on IG, on TikTok, on LinkedIn for NIL TV, for Mind Green TV, Twitch, YouTube, X also. So until next time, join the podcast, become our community, jump in the Discord here, right here. I'm going to put the Discord up here in a second. So join the Discord. Boom. Please do that. All right. Jump in the community. Become a greenie. We're working on a greenie t-shirt and some greenie emotes. Naughty. Get that on the stream. So my name is Ahman Green. Signing off. And game on. And see you guys at MGC in person. Saturday night and Sunday. And also on the draft too. Got a lot of stuff going on. So appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. We gonna get on out of here. Put the music on. Where the music at? Where that music at? That little pop music. And in the show, y'all. Peace. Remember, scan that QR code. Get your t-shirt. Donate. Go to Sly.com and see what we're doing. Big things there coming up. All right. Got my Power A hat on. Man, we're gonna get some games in tonight on that Halo. Wingman Wednesday. All right, y'all. See y'all later.